So why did you merit this special treatment?
Well, I refused to speak because they finally told me they gave me an incomplete reading of my Miranda rights, which was that I had the right to remain silent, and I said, okay, I'll take that right, and I didn't speak, and that irritated them, I guess, to the point where they were pretty upset when I wouldn't speak inside the jail, so they put me in that room and gave me a minute to think about it.
Did they didn't offer you any phone calls or anything like this?
No, definitely not.
He wasn't officially arrested?
Yeah, you were never officially arrested.
Just basically kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Aggravated kidnapping, absolutely.
And the whole, like, they told me to watch my head after they had already slammed my head into the vehicle of the car. They put me in one vehicle by force by picking me up off the ground and throwing me into it, only to take me out of it and put me in another one. And one of the cops who searched me told me if he gets any diseases or he starts itching or anything like that, he's going to take it out on me in a more harsh tone.
Now, where they apprehended you, or where they kidnapped you, actually, was this in the river?
He said, if my
area?
abuse of you results in me getting sick, I'm going to come after you.
Mm-hmm. Well, he asked me if I had staph or if I had any diseases like AIDS or anything like that he could catch, and I said no, and he said, if I catch anything, he's going to retaliate against me. He had gloves on. He took the gloves off after searching me and washed his hands immediately. Basically, it was just a really, condescending nature of the way they basically treated me like an animal, like I was some diseased animal.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And I did want to also comment on this video that music was in. I witnessed this whole episode, and the day that this happened, they came down there. There was like 6 vehicles, and they came down there with the express intent purpose of just grabbing people. They got out of the cars. They had rubber gloves on already and cuffs in their hands, and they just started grabbing people, whoever was nearest to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were on a kidnap binge, apparently,
Fishing trip.
Yes. And I found out that they had a mobile magistrate's court set up, federal court, and I know that on one day they had 600 trials in one day, okay? And that was just one day. All right, so we're gonna file Freedom of Information Act requests. We're gonna get the court documents of all of those people, and I'm going to contact all of those people because we need to get everybody to file criminal complaints against these people for aggravated kidnapping, for official oppression. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we can do about this. We're going to find the flight plans of all the chopper buzzes that they did, what their budget is, all the names of these people. So we have full intent on doing something about it. Each day, would you please tell us what you witnessed there?
I witnessed him getting arrested, and basically he was just walking up and asking them why they were giving the person a ticket, and the moment he opened his mouth, they just grabbed him.
So the feds were giving someone else a ticket.
Yes.
And he went up and asked him why, and then they grabbed him.
Yeah. And then as they were grabbing him, another person dropped something, and he went to go pick it up, and they grabbed him and put him on the ground, but he rolled away and ran off. And they were also pulling people over as they were entering the gathering, like many people. I know actually a person that has a case up there. He got illegally searched and went to jail. So.
Yeah, I witnessed a lot of illegal searches on the highway, okay, because see, there's a state highway, and then there was, could you tell them to maybe turn the monitor down because the mics are feeding back?
Just a little bit.
Just turn the mics down, the monitor down, that is. There was a state highway, and then there was the dirt road or actually it was official forestry road. That's why all of this madness happened to begin with, because every year that I've gone to the Rainbow, there was never a forestry road that went all the way down into the middle of the site in the main circle in the gathering. That has never happened, okay? It's always been like a little road, and then everybody parks in this big meadow, and then you hike like 5 miles plus, and so the feds can't touch us. So something went wrong this year with the people who started this of choosing the site, and apparently they were intimidated into allowing this Forestry Service to bulldoze this road. But at any rate, I witnessed them the Forestry Service, these are federal agents now, and U.S. Marshals pulling people over on the state highway, okay, and just yanking them out of the cars and searching everything. And see, now this is actually where we can really nail them, because once they do this on the state highway, now we can nail them in state criminal court. So now we can get them at the state level and the federal level, okay, and the county level. And I just wanted to read quickly before we go into the will code, just take a second. This is from last year. This is an open letter from an attorney who was helping some of the Rainbow family last year, attorney Don E. Wertschoffer. This is in Ohio, and this is a documentation of some of his clients, what they've said. Repressive federal policies. The Bush administration has spent millions of dollars trying to stop the rainbow gatherings. They are enforcing a non-commercial group use permit regulation that is impossible for unaffiliated individuals to comply with. They require that someone sign as an agent for a fictional group entity named as a permit holder, which then must assume full liability from the government and bind participants vicariously to terms. Okay, and it goes on. Such an ad hoc gathering has no legal capacity to designate agents or acts of the group. Okay, so this is a clear violation of the First Amendment. All right, the Forestry Service requires a permit be applied in advance for gathering. They cannot do this. We have freedom of assembly on public lands. They use any excuse possible to deny permit application. This year their denial was based on the fact that some logging company had a permit nearby, but it was very far away, had nothing to do with it at all. Millions of taxpayer dollars are being spent to block this harmless gathering from taking place. The scariest aspect of all this is how the Homeland Security is using these gatherings to perfect techniques of martial law. Okay, regulations written for FEMA to deal with natural disasters are being used to crush dissent in this country. Each year, the Rainbow Gathering is declared a national incident and federal military law ensues. Martial law. Special agents are appointed incident commanders, delegations of authority, law enforcement teams, huge budgets, okay? Qualified Forest Service administrators cannot get involved. The county sheriff and other officials are brought in under their jurisdiction, okay, and the feds can basically control the whole thing. This is what has happened. This was in Colorado last year. All right, in Colorado, they blocked the road, prevented food and water from reaching those to get into the gathering. They set up a roadblock. Okay, 500 people with tickets were herded into trials like none anyone has ever seen. These pseudo-trials are prototypes for what Homeland Security will use in cases of insurrection or plague. Here's the clincher. Defendants lose their right to public hearing. Okay, you don't even have a hearing. This year, hearings are being held behind closed doors in a firehouse garage near the site. Attorneys and legal observers have been denied the right to even view these trials. Defendants are not explained their rights or afforded the right to attorney, the right to summon witnesses, and they have no jury trial. Okay, they appear at 9 a.m. each day and sit in the hot sun without water or sanitary facilities until their trials. Some have been waiting there for several days without food or water. Okay, what is the deal here?
Well,
This is what happened last year, okay? This has been going on for years. We have to stop this, all right? We have to stop this. See, they think that they can just do this because they think these are just a bunch of hippies homeless in the woods.
So
They
human
don't
rights
know
to
who
have
they're
these
messing
gatherings.
with, okay? There are lawyers that go there, doctors that go there. I have a master's degree, okay? I'm a physical therapist. I'm not putting up with this crap. And now, I'm sorry, I'm very emotional about this.
I understand.
Okay, this is outrageous. This is what they want to do to all of us, and we have to stop it. This is America here. What is the deal? And these are the feds, all right? This isn't local police. This isn't county. I saw one sheriff there the whole time, and it was because someone called them. There was an incident at a camp, the alcohol camp. See, this is a peaceful gathering. There's no alcohol there. There is one camp that has alcohol, and all the alcohol has to stay there. All right, there's hardly ever any problems there at all. All right, this is the feds. The feds are after us because we're peaceful. We're against the war. All right, and they are trying to destroy our right of freedom of assembly on public property and freedom of speech and freedom of religion, and I'm not putting up with it.
Yeah, now, folks, I just want